Nowadays, gluten-free living is considered a trend. Many people are eating gluten-free despite not having celiac disease. In most cases, they don't know that a gluten-free diet is the only treatment for celiac disease. In my thesis, I have analyzed celiac disease in all its aspects. In Italian, I will explain what celiac pro is. In English, I will focus on the psychological dimension of this pathology. In French, I will mention some of the most important associations carrying out awareness and information campaigns on gluten-free living. Then, I will show you how important it is to speak at least one foreign language, especially when you are traveling. In the end, I will give a short conclusion in Italian. Celiac disease is an autoimmune disease characterized by the inflammation of the small intestine provoked by the ingestion of gluten. Gluten is a protein found especially in wheat and other cereals. It is widely used in the food sector for its properties which are necessary to mix not only bread and pasta, but also condiments and ready-made sauces. In short, gluten is almost everywhere. This is the reason why it is easy to become intolerant to it. Various naturally gluten-free foods such as rice, potatoes, fruits, meat, and others may facilitate a celiac person's life. Celiac disease's history is very old and may be dated back to the 2nd century before Christ, when Areteo di Cappadocia, a Turkish doctor, described for the first time the typical symptoms of celiac disease in his treatise Causes and Symptoms of Diseases. The patients tested by him were considered as those who suffered from stomach aches. From this moment, celiac disease became part of people's food history. However, it is also important to link the birth of celiac disease to the introduction of agriculture in people's life. It was only in 1950 that Willem Dicke identified the therapeutic effect of the exclusion of some cereals from the diet. From this moment onwards, much progress has been made. The most common symptoms are chronic intestinal disorders. Especially for children, it is important to be diagnosed as soon as possible in order to avoid serious problems such as retarded growth and rickets. Celiac disease has various forms. For this reason, it may be difficult to be diagnosed. The most common form is the typical one. Then we have the atypical form that we can distinguish in silent, latent, and potential forms. We can compare the pathology to an iceberg in order to highlight how difficult it is to be diagnosed. Much has been done, but much more has to be done because many people are still undiagnosed. Much research has already been carried out on celiac disease. However, the main cause of this disorder is still unknown. There are different factors that influence celiac disease. The most important are genes and environment. Other factors concern food, the quality and the quantity of gluten that people eat in their diet. There are specific procedures to respect concerning tests and diagnosis. The first step is the blood test. The second one is the intestinal biopsy. The only treatment remains a gluten-free diet, which is a therapy, not a trend to follow. It represents a commitment for people affected by celiac disease. The adherence to the diet may be difficult. It means to forget your past habits and to learn new ones. Nowadays, even the most famous food chains have created gluten-free lines of food for the increasing number of celiac individuals. On one hand, it is true that gluten-free products have improved the quality of life of celiac individuals. On the other hand, the same products are dangerous for their high content of vegetable fats and sugars. Those substances are necessary to replace the glue of gluten. Therefore, it is fundamental to alternate them with naturally gluten-free products. From a psychological point of view, the first impact with the diagnosis may be dramatic, especially for a child. It may be a source of insecurity and lack of confidence. Once adolescent, they will close themselves off, avoiding group activities and preferring to stay on their own. Adults may have the same reaction. In this case, changing their habits may cause irritability and confusion. In both cases, It is better to find the problem and try to control it. Best solution is consulting a psychologist. The cooperation between the gastroenterologist and the psychologist may have great results. It will be possible to work on a patient's reaction towards the disease. From a social point of view, it will be difficult going out for dinner, for lunch, or having breakfast with friends. It will be frustrating because celiac individuals have to find certified places where they can eat without having a risk of contamination. All those aspects are reasons of destabilization for celiac individuals. Fortunately, various associations are promoting awareness and information campaigns. First of all, the AIC, Associazione Italiana Celiachia. In Italy, people who suffer from celiac pro receive a sum of money monthly. They may use it to buy gluten-free products, which are not so cheap. Websites and new technologies are very useful to find certified gluten-free restaurants, travel suggestions, events, and much more. In England and in France, the situation is similar to the Italian one. There are specific websites dedicated to celiac disease. Linguistic factor is very important for celiac individuals, especially when you are traveling. It is very difficult to organize the trip. For this reason, knowing at least one foreign language, such as English or French, is fundamental to be sure that there is no danger for you on your trip. In conclusion, I hope to have been clear on how important it is to put to rest the myth that celiac disease is a trend that people follow for personal pleasure. This disturbance has been a serious problem in the past. Fortunately, today things have changed, and celiac individuals have more opportunities to live a life which is similar to others. As Hippocrates said, let your food be your medicine, and your medicine be your food.